Hi folks, and welcome back. Welcome to the happy place, the tunnel now. Oh, it just feels amazing. Nothing really has changed physically, it's just the progress that I've made. But because that main structure is done now, it just feels so good to just come in here and just enjoy the space. Whoa! There's a little clue about what I'm going to be doing today because this is still very unlevel. And I had to take my car to the garage the other day, and it was just around the corner from the allotment, and I just came up here for like an hour while the car was getting fixed, and I just sat in the tunnel, and it was just lovely. You know, it's just bliss having this done. But something very exciting. Oh, check this out, outside the tunnel and just round the corner. Oh, look at this, look at these. Now, I don't know what it's like where you are, but I have been just spending so much time looking for someone posting free slabs somewhere. You know, my eyes have been glued on like the free ads on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw those within about an hour of them going up, and I got them. I had to do 2 car trips because the suspension wasn't going to take it, and it's got a lot of work actually, moving all that lot. But I've just got, it's so good to have. Like, the main thing that I wanted them for was this central path, and I actually had a lot of that already, but there's so many other little bits where they are going to come in handy. I really need to redo the main greenhouse as well. Let me quickly show you what I mean. I say the main greenhouse, I mean the chili greenhouse, a slightly larger greenhouse on the plot. This floor here is a bit of a mess. You can see the tomato side sheet still doing quite well. Just not even close to level. Anything in there not close to level. Loads and loads of gaps. I didn't really have enough slabs. They didn't really fit the space, and it's all very, very higgledy-piggledy. And one of the jobs that I really need to do is basically rebuilding this base. I made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot of lessons which I put into practice when building this one, which is so much better. You see how the lip actually goes over, protects the wood from water ingress. There's a little bit on the corner there, you know, it's not completely watertight, but this is just so much better. All of these slabs in here are actually level. And the most important reason for having level slabs is tripping over. It's so easy. There's just a tiny little lip on your slab and you drag your foot a little bit and you've got a tray of seedlings. Speaking from experience, you know, or a watering can or something with a bit of weight. It's just, you can send you flying, you know, completely off balance. You can kill plants. It's just not good. So I'm going to be redoing this greenhouse at some point. I would love to do it this winter, but let's be real, you know, let's be serious. And there's loads of other little bits of the plot that I never really talk about. I never show very much. This kind of like dead space between the two greenhouses. There's actually a potato that survived in there. But I want to kind of redo a lot of this with slabs. There's a couple under there, but all of that, and around the back of the greenhouses too. This is the no man's land. This is the dead plant nursery. We don't look at that, but down here, really going to benefit from some slabs. This is like a weird, I've had a few little kind of little disagreements with the neighbour about this kind of strip and that kind of thing. So just getting some slabs on there to minimise the maintenance. Oh, that would be amazing. And as well, of course, the little patio area here itself, which I want to kind of expand a little bit. There's a few slabs under there, but yeah, they're just like invaluable to have. You know, there's all sorts of places where you can't quite turn it into a productive land. It's a bit of like a dumping ground, and just being able to put these slabs down and not worry about constantly fighting back the weeds, so good. Obviously they're going to be on here as well, but I have done a little bit in here with the path, and it's about just these first 3 that are almost perfectly level now. And these slabs, I don't know how big they are. They are big, all right? They are really, really bloody big and really, really heavy. But they're like the perfect size for this. And unfortunately, I have, as you can see, run out. So I've got to switch to a slightly wider thing over here. And what I'm thinking is I might have a little potting area over here. So more slabs, and you know, I can do that with time. But the main thing I think I might spend a little bit of time on is just leveling all these slabs so that we can come and go without tripping or worrying. This is one of those jobs that is borderline kind of like mind-numbing, and I really kind of don't want to do it, but for all the reasons I've just explained, I do really think it's worthwhile getting this right. There are, you know, I don't ever do perfection. You know, if you've seen any videos on this channel, you know that perfection is never what I'm aiming for or expecting. But every now and then there's an exception to the rule, and I think this is one. I want to be able to put the time in now. It's the right time of year to do it. Get these perfectly level, and then I won't have to worry about it pretty much ever again. I'm going to put a membrane under these as well. I've got some of the kind of vinyl lino style stuff, which I can just put under, and it's pretty trial and error. You know, I've just got the level. Takes a long time. It took me a long time to just do the 3 that I'm on at the moment. But just get the level on it, move the earth around a little bit, pack it down, get the level back on it. It would be much easier if these things didn't weigh an absolute ton. These things are really heavy. Just getting them in the tunnel was a mission, and having to get them up and down to re-level it, pretty tricky, but I'm gonna soldier on and let you know how long it's been. Tell a lie, I said, just, if I was doing it properly, if I was actually doing it properly, I would just use sand and level that, but I'm lazy. I didn't really think ahead. I'm not very good at planning. You know how it goes with these things. We kind of improvise it. And so no sand, but the soil will do a good enough job of just holding it. It's just sand would make that little bit easier. I think this does mean as well, I'm finding a few little things like these tree roots. This is one of the cherry tree roots that giving me an extra chance to dig up and get on top of.
Yeah, he would tell me we had time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat. Drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home.
This is definitely one of the less fun jobs that I've done on the plot before. Just constantly moving them backwards and forwards. They're very, very heavy, and trying to get the levels underneath just right. What I am going to have to do, after I've got this all right and I've left it a little while, I'm going to have to check it's settled okay and it's still nice and level. And then I'm going to membrane underneath it to make sure that we don't have all these little weeds and little bits coming out the middle. Probably not the end of the world if I didn't do that, but I figure, you know, we're starting it off proper. We might as well keep it proper. One thing that has been a little bit frustrating in places, I've dug down. I'm getting dripped on the back. In places I've dug this main path a little bit deeper than I realised. I've had to, you know, you will have seen in the time lapse, kind of importing material back, digging it out from that massive pile outside, getting that in the wheelbarrow. There's been like 2 that I wish I'd filmed where I put the slabs in and they were just perfect straight away. But I am really happy. I've done these 4. The small ones are in some ways a little bit more fiddly, but really, really pleased. Level is pretty much bang on. This way has been nice and easy. Getting it leveled that way has been a little bit more tricky. But once again, it's worth getting right, because I know at some point I'm going to be putting pots or like those trays down, and it's just really good if you know the water is going to find its level and not all cascade off the end of like a pot or something like that. So getting this right, I think it just pays, you know. And let me show you the big test that I've been waiting for to do. This is really quite silly, but this is the test. Look at that. Not a trip. Not even slightly. Can I go both ways? Absolutely perfect. There's going to be no tripping in here. There's going to be no seedlings flying around all over the place. Absolutely great. It's really slow going, you know, it's one of those things, but like I keep saying, we're just going to get it right. In every video we draw a little bit closer to getting this trimmed. It's been absolutely terrible weather today as well. So kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come down today. It's been apocalyptic, like downpours, but you're just kind of safe in the tunnel. And there is a really nice rainbow. So cool, I've just kind of come out and just seen this. It's just one of those nice little moments, you know. Blue sky is just kind of breaking, and hopefully I can make it home without getting absolutely drenched in the rain. Thanks so much for joining me for a little bit more polytunnel progress. An extra special thank you to all of my Chili Pepper tier patrons: Tony, Bill, Pam, Louise, Mel, Michael, Denise, Socks in the Garden, Andrew and Craig. You are absolute stars, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.